You're watching this video because you're either thinking of signing up for Silent Retreat as a couple, or you have signed up for Silent Retreat as a couple with your partner. So we definitely recommend people to attend Silent Retreat with their partners. It's an amazing experience to share with a loved one. And you also have time, on the drive down and on the drive back to integrate your experience with your loved one. When you go home, you'll be in an environment where you have someone there who knows what you've just been through and can support you, and you can continue your meditation practice together with the recommendations that we have. It's an amazing shared journey where you get to go on something that's quite unique and then be able to discuss it and share your experiences with someone afterwards. So we really recommend it. It deepens the connection, deepens the love, because both people are on the same page when they come out of retreat, and they're not trying to share with the other one or explain to them about what their journey was or why it's important to incorporate some of the values and principles and practices that you learn on retreat. What we don't recommend is sharing a room with your partner. So we get that question a lot, and we don't book in couples together to share a room. It really is meant to be an independent journey, and many people don't get the opportunity to go on retreat all the time. It might be a once a year or once every 2 years kind of thing we find for a lot of people before they are able to come back and repeat. So it's a once in a while opportunity to really be with yourself. And there are so many dynamics in your relationship that can hijack your experience from being as valuable and as potent as it could be if you do the retreat the way it's designed. So the retreat is designed to be a solitary experience. We even say that it's designed to mimic what it would be like to go on a solitary retreat in a cave or something like that. However, you're supported with the logistics and the organization and the energy and the teachings and the practices that come together when we're together as a group. So it's really designed to be a solitary experience. Your opportunity to turn inward and to process and digest and discover and nourish yourself intimately. And depending on how you are in your relationship, it doesn't matter how healthy your relationship is. I like to say that to the degree that you're able to separate yourself from your partner in the retreat is to the degree that you will come back together at the end of the retreat with a freshness and a love and a presence like no other. And this is the principle of retreat, is that we're taking a step back from our everyday relationships, whether it's how we relate to work or how we relate to our food or our lifestyle or our family or our friends or our thoughts. It's meant to be an alternate environment, something different and not like what you're normally in. And it's very nourishing, but that distance is supposed to be slightly uncomfortable. And that's why we kind of come in and pad you with all of the nourishment of retreat and the yoga and the meditation and the rest and the supportive, loving philosophy and environment. So it is nice to have your partner there because there'll be a little bit of an exposure to your partner, just like, there's a little bit of exposure or a lot to your thoughts and to your relationship with food and your work. That is all there in retreat. You're exposed to it, but then you have time and that space to really digest and process what comes up for you when there is that exposure. So it's nice to have your partner even in the same space, but it's really important that you have your own space to not be distracted from the relationship and to focus on you, and also to process things and to be with yourself in that quietness, to give it time before you're exposed to the relationship again. Or, if you're sharing a room with them, you're in it and you never get that space. So we really don't recommend that, and we don't book people in together. And we recommend people take that space, and we also, separate men and women as well, just to give a little bit more space from those triggers of being with the opposite sex, and all of the triggers that can kind of come up from that. Not to say that they're all bad, but it's just about exploring a different way of being and relating. If you have any questions about the lodging or anything about retreat at all, we're here to answer your questions. For sure, reach out to us and ask your questions. We want to make sure that you're informed and that it's the right fit, so that you can participate with the group and you feel supported, and everyone else feels that it's a coherent, cohesive space. So definitely reach out if you have questions, and we'll see you soon.